It is time for another theme park coasting top 10 video where we count down the top 10 rides and attractions at theme parks all around the world. So join me today as we count down the top 10 rides at Fantasy Island. Starting off at number 10 we have Seaquarium, and no matter whether you've ever wanted to head under the sea or just take a leisurely boat ride with your family, then this is the ride for you. Similar to many of the boat rides in the UK, once boarded your very own tiny dinghy, which we'd recommend no more than 2 people per boat, you will set sail with Captain Rhombus through his magical seaquarium. However, this is not all easy sailing, as along your way you will encounter everything from silly fishes to crazy pirates to even a talking turtle. So what are you waiting for? Take a ride on Seaquarium on your next visit. Located right next to Seaquarium, for our number 9 spot we are going to take off into the air on Toucan Tours. This is the park's monorail attraction, however unlike your typical monorail ride, there is only a very small proportion of the ride when you are actually in the air. But that does not mean it is a bad ride at all, as instead of this you will venture through the Lost Islands Temple on the mission to discover the secrets of Fantasy Island. My favourite part of the ride though has to be the lighting packages, as in my eyes it really does immerse you in the storyline. Therefore in my eyes you would be squawking mad not to ride. Ding ding. Is it a hot day in the UK? Well, I highly doubt it, but if it is, you have got to jump aboard our number 8 spot, Log Flume, for a great way to cool down. Believe it or not, by the very creative name, this is the park's Log Flume, and for a park like Fantasy Island, this actually is really good fun. You will begin your journey by doing many twists and turns around lots of theming, and next to the Rhombus Rocket coaster. Nevertheless, before you can say, this is not that bad, you will be plunged into the water, finishing off the ride with a splash. Just make sure to have a spare pair of clothes ready when you get off. For our number 7 spot on our top 10 list, things are about to get a little bouncy, as we have Techno Jump, the ride which took the word airtime to the next level, and I think just by looking at the clips you can see exactly what I mean. However, if you are brave enough to ride, I think just looking at this ride it is quite self-explanatory, but in a nutshell you and up to 2 other thrill seekers will get to board on one of the many cars on the ride, which once the butterflies have kicked in will then spin around while also bouncing up and down non-stop. So yeah, this carnival style attraction definitely has got the thrills, but also so many laughable moments. It is time for our first roller coaster on the list, and in fact the only family coaster which we'll be talking about today. This is the Rhombus Rocket, and since its opening back in 1995, this has always been a family favourite. Like such rides as Runaway Mine Train at Toucan Tours and the Flying Fish at Thorpe Park, on this 2-lap ride you will be joined once again by Captain Rhombus for a powered journey around the park. In addition to this, with it featuring such elements as bank turns, helixes and drops at a nice steady speed of 28.8 miles per hour, I could not imagine a trip to the park without a ride on the Rhombus Rocket. Top 5, and coming in for this position we have no other than the Twister. However, before we do begin to talk about the ride experience itself, due to this being one of the most common, and I mean common, family carnival rides out there, if you're heading to the park on a busy day, over here on Theme Park Coasting, we would recommend riding the more unique attractions first. Yet if you do get the time or really want to head on this ride, it will definitely not disappoint, with you basically spinning around on an arm which will then also be spun around, causing you to either get ready to go round again and again, or make the most of the sick bags at the park. Who here wants to see a magic trick? Well, if so, head to Fantasy Island, as they are about to make your boredom disappear on our number 4 spot, Magic. Okay, that was awful, but this ride sure isn't, with despite it once again being another carnival ride like Twister, it has the thrills that cannot be missed, unless of course you get very dizzy easily. Once boarded your car, you will then not only spin around on your car arm an entire ride, but also raise up and down. Therefore, we think it is easily worthy of the number 4 spot, and for an even better experience, try sitting opposite your friends or family, as watching their faces is so much fun. Just remember, they can also watch yours too. If you are scared of heights, then skip to number 2, as taking our number 3 spot we have Volcano, and standing at a whopping 183 feet tall, this is definitely not for the faint of heart. But it does not stop there, as this is not your normal drop tower, it is a shot tower, meaning that instead of rising before dropping and that's it, you'll be shot up to the top at 50 miles per hour before dropping and bouncing up and down till the end. And you do not need to be a rocket scientist to know that that is mega intense. Between number 2 and number 1 it was tough, however after a lot of consideration we have decided to put the Milleniunm at number 2, and to start off with a little weird fact, this actually opened before the Milleniunm in 1999, but still to this very day this Vekoma custom coaster provides both thrills and fun for the entire family. After the initial queue line, which can get pretty long in those hot summer days, you will then board the ride, and from here on out, words literally cannot describe the feeling which you will get when racing through the many inversions, turns and airtime hills that we all know and love. The question is, however, are you brave enough to ride, or will you just enjoy watching it from ground level? We have made it to the number 1 spot, and for the best ride at the park we have Odyssey. Now before you all start yelling at me for putting an SLC at the number 1 spot, give it a ride first, as I promise you will not be disappointed. At a height of 147 foot tall, this is easily one of the UK's tallest roller coasters, and you can sure tell it when you get to the top of that lift hill. Although there is no turning back up here, as you will then complete and get ready for it a 124 foot tall loop, cobra roll, sidewinder, horseshoe, corkscrew, in addition to your classic SLC's twists and turns. Wow, that's a lot. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention you do all of this with your legs dangling due to it being a suspended coaster, so if that does not make you want to ride, I honestly do not know what will. That is it from our top 10 video today. Of course you will have your own opinions, and we would love to see them in the comment section below. Also, if you have enjoyed the video, at the top we have got 2 videos that we know you would love, and at the bottom there is our Patreon as well as subscribe button. But with all that said, there is only one thing left to say. My name is Tom Derrick from Theme Park Coastin, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.